Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm a wee bit sick, so we're inside today for two reasons. I'm a wee bit sick, and also it's pissing out of the heavens. Which is the reason you didn't get a video last week is because I've been so ill. I've been in, this has gone on for like 6-7 days, coughing my lungs up. But I've got to crack on, otherwise we'll not get in this van until bloody January. So I found this big piece of wood amongst Dad's stuff. And yes, originally, you may see it's attached to an island. Originally, we did want something like that. But three reasons that I want to use this stuff. I think it's MDF. I don't know, it's kind of got stuff. I've never seen MDF cross section, so if you know whether this is it, let me know. We were going to go for solid timber, which is what that is. In fact, we were going to use that counter, only it was a little bit short on the inches. And then we figured in, first of all, weight of the van. The more big heavy timber we have in the van, the heavier it's going to be, and obviously, you know, we can only do 300-500. So this is a lot lighter to start with. Second of all, it's not going to cost me £285, which is what 250, between 250 and 285 for the length I would need. And three, as you probably have gathered by watching my videos, I'm all about reusing whatever you can find. So I know it doesn't look great or look much right now, but once I've got it sanded down and varnished and whatever, I think it's going to fit in the van really well. So what I'm going to do now is do my absolute best, because I'm usually on a smaller bench. This island is quite high. So I'm going to do my best to try and see what I'm doing, because I'm really short. So I'm going to have to kind of lean over at the same time as cutting. Let's see if I don't completely mess this up. That's even my phrase, shouldn't it? My catchphrase. Let's see if I can't completely mess this up. Right. I've got an extension lead, so I've got the full length of the board here to go. So let's see how we go. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I cut in the kitchen a couple of weeks ago because the weather was bad, and every surface every surface needed wiping down because there was dust particles everywhere, which probably isn't helping with my chest, but it is what it is. Okay. Alright, so I'm quite happy with that. I was going to cut it in here and push it back, and maybe I maybe should still. Because the overhang is quite a bit up this side, and I probably don't need that massive big overhang, sure I don't. Yeah, okay, so yeah, what I'm going to do then is mark here, and then I think this is probably about 1 inch, so I need to cut in 1 inch. Alright, let's do that and then bring it back and see what we look like. And I know this is a wee bit messy, but I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to sand this part down, and I'm going to varnish it to make it a lot more hard wearing, because if this is MDF, it doesn't work well with water. That's the other thing, you know, the better thing for timber would have been, but this is a hell of a lot lighter, and you know, cost effective for our circumstances at the moment, because we spent nearly swore then. We spent a small fortune. As anyone building a van will tell you, we have spent an absolute small fortune, which is great, because you know, when we get on the road we'll make a lot more saving, because we'll be living in this van. This is our home. This will be our home when I'm finished. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Where is it? Ugh. I finally got to wire my MaxxFan. Yay! So that's it, opening and closing. I should probably put the fan on, that will be helpful. Let's open it again. This is cold as like, yeah, totally kicking my ass. Auto fan. No, 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 that's not what I want you to do. Take auto off, open the fan, turn the fan on. Oh, yeah, I need to just, I mean, it's not difficult, like, honestly, it's not, it's really not difficult. It's not hard. It's not like some supersonic remote control. When I was pressing this button instead of this button, I think this button makes it go faster. Yeah, there you go. That's her going a full blast. And she's not very noisy, as you can hear. Right, anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. So before I go measuring my countertop, I want to, I don't know if you remember from way back when we started, these pieces were pulled off the, I put one on there the other day, pulled off the walls. So what I want to do is put a piece of this against this wall from top to bottom, because that will be the small part of the kitchen area. This is where the, sorry, this is where the wood fire burner is going. We hope, if we can get your man to fit it. We're waiting for him to come and have a look and see. So he's going to have to put a chimney through the ceiling and all that palaver, and I have to fit all this out with supersonic stuff so we don't go up in flames. So I need a piece, so I actually might put this piece right across, because he's going to have to put something on the top of this anyway. So that's what I want to do first. I want to cut this up and get it stuck on this bit before I measure the counter. That would be a smart idea, right? Yeah, I'm going to just hang out here for a while. I'll bring you back when it's stuck. Okay, so that's where we are so far. Heavens has just opened Hurricane Amy or Tornado Storm Amy, I don't know. My daughter's namesake, so it'll probably be a blowy one, but let's not say anything, hey? So I have tacked those in just slightly because they're going to get covered with tiles. I have nice beautiful tiles here. This is fitted as best as I could fit it, given the fact that these aren't entirely straight. So that we do have a wee bit of a gap here at the back. The wood needs cleaned up a bit, but I'm actually quite happy with that. A bit tatty this end, but I don't mind. I think it kind of gives it a bit of authenticity when I varnish that. I did sand it a little bit, but I might sand it again. But when I varnish it, I think it'll just give it this kind of oldie-worldy look, along with the rest of the oldie-worldy. This van has kind of just taken like on a life of its own. So that's where we are so far. Right, I'm going to knock it on the head for today. One, because I'm feeling a bit crap now after pushing through, and two, because the weather's turning. Okay, so that's where we are so far. I have put 2 layers of varnish on. I probably put another layer on, but for now I want to get it secured. And I was wondering how I was going to do that, and then I remembered that Dad had a whole tub of these fellas here. So I'm going to put them underneath and attach, because obviously I don't want to screw from the top down. I want to screw from underneath so it's secure underneath and then still looks neat and tidy on the top. So I'm going to get cracking on with that. Okay, so I have set up my water tap, and for the electrics, seems that there doesn't, you know, some of the online videos that you see, they do all the water setup and then you're like, what the hell? Okay, so this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Now, these wires didn't have a negative or a positive, so thank God it's worked out the way I thought it would work out. So it doesn't matter. They're just going to act like a negative and a positive in their respective positions. This is my power cable. This is the one leading back to the battery. So your positive from your tap attaches to your positive leading back to the battery. Your negative from your tap turns into a positive, and you attach the positive to the positive of your water pump. The negative from the water pump then goes back into the negative of your power cable. So let me just show you down here, because I don't want everything sliding and everything falling off. This is the setup I have down here. This is my water pump. Okay, so water pump gets dropped into water. You have 2 connections, so you've got your obviously waterproof electrical connection, and then I had to buy this pipe. I'll leave the link in the description, from Amazon. It's silicone, it's very solid. I'm going to need to cut it, because I mean this bucket is going in this section and the water tap is going to be up on the counter. Okay, so you drop your pump as far down as you can get it. It's currently lying on the floor. So you then have your power cable coming up from your pump, and I'll go through it again. Your positive from your tap goes to your positive of your power cable. This is the power cable going back to the battery, the 12-volt setup. Your negative cable on your tap then turns into a positive cable, don't ask me how, and you attach that negative to the positive of your pump. You then attach the negative of your pump back to the negative of your power supply. Okay, so let's see how she goes. And we have water. Water everywhere. Okay? Off we go. Right. So I was going to this video get this all in here and attach it, but it's been a crappy couple of days and I'm still not better yet. So I'm going to probably just leave it there. Nice and easy short video. Got the countertop done. Have to undo all these wires now because they all will need to be fed through the cupboard that way direction and under. Let me just take you, come with me and you'll see. So this is my power cable down here for the water pump, which comes up here. So this is our power cable there. Okay, so this is actually going to go, there's a wee hole back there if you can see it. So it's going through that hole and coming out that hole, and then that big fella there is going to go in there, and then the water tap is going to sit here on the counter. Right, that's all for me today. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the snuffles and coughs and so forth. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Give us a like, a subscribe, a comment, say hello in the wee comments. Nice to hear you. And yeah, always remember, you're never too old